Alright everybody, welcome once again to this video. GBP USD again, and in this video we want to talk about the power of supply and demand. The power of supply and demand. This is GBP USD, and as you all know, I believe strongly that the higher time frames are more reliable when it comes to trading, and that is why this lecture, this class, is based on the daily time frames. So as you can see, we have the daily time frames here. Now, if you've not watched the video, there's going to be a video on how to identify demand zones. But very quickly, let's see what really demand zones are. Now, if you look at these, demand zones are areas where you have drop, base, rally. Drop, base, rally. It's where you have demand zone, and then sometimes also you can have demand zones where you have rally, base, rally. Now recall that a drop means a downward pull, just like what you have here. This is a drop, okay, that's a downward pull. Now rally is the exact opposite of that, which is an upward pull. Okay, so now base is a point of intersection, a point where there is a change either from rally or to drop. So clearly you would observe that here we have a drop, D, denoted by letter D, and here we have a rally denoted by letter R, while this point here is the base. Hope that is clear. So in very simple terms, that is what demand zones actually talks about. So this is a drop, this is a base, and this is a rally. So this is a demand zone. What does that tell us? Demand zones are areas where you should buy. Demand zones are areas where you should buy. Okay, so while supply zones are of course areas where you should sell. So in this video we want to look at we really want to look at how effective demand zones can be. So we've been able to identify a demand zone here. This is a demand zone, so you can draw a line here. Now there is a rule that when a demand zone is created, whenever price returns back to that demand zone, it might be 1 week, it might be 2 weeks, it might be a few months, but whenever price returns back to that zone, that area, price will tend to move in the direction of a buy. Price will definitely, almost always, respect that zone for a buy. So I take that again. This point is a demand zone created by drop, base, rally. So this is the zone here. This is the zone. Okay, this is the demand zone. Now, and after that, price went up, rallied up, and then came down a little bit. So once you see this price coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, you will be waiting as the trader. Patience is of essence in trading. You will be waiting and expecting this price to come down to this point. As soon as price gets to that point, this zone, what you should do is to enter for a buy. And you can see it beautifully demonstrated how price went all the way. So if you had entered this trade, you would have made a whole lot of profits. So this is how demand zones work, and it works almost always perfectly. This is it. So you can see that. Now let's see if we can catch another example of a demand zone being respected. Okay, we had a little of it there, but let's look for something more illustrative. Okay, we're looking for demand zone. All right, I think I've seen one, but let's still check for something. Okay, so this is another example. Can you identify where we have the first demand zone? Can you identify? Oh yes, you're right, you're right. This is a drop, this is a base, and this is a rally. So that is a demand zone created. Drop, base, rally. That is demand zone. Never forget that. Drop, base, rally. The other one I said is rally, rally, base, rally. So one thing you need to know that is certain is that for it to be, a demand zone, it has to end with a rally. So something will happen. There's going to be a base, then it ends with a rally. So whether it is drop first, base, rally, or rally first, base, rally, you are sure that there is a base and there is a rally afterwards. So drop, base, rally will give you a demand zone. Rally, base, rally will also give you a demand zone. So in this case, we have a drop, base, and rally. So surely and certainly we have a demand zone created here. So what are we supposed to do? We will wait patiently for price to come down to this zone, which in this case happened only in one day. Look at this beautiful long bearish candle all the way down. So as soon as price comes down to this zone, you can see the power, see the strength, see the reliability of demand zones. You can imagine how strong this bearish move was, how strong this bearish move was on that day. But as soon as it got to that point, it simply had to respect. It had no option but to respect the law of demand and supply. It had to respect the law of demand and supply. And because it had to respect the law of demand and supply, it stopped. Look at it. There was a very long bearish move downward like so. But as soon as it got to this demand zone here, what happened? There was a retracement. And market had to move up all the way from here to giving us very good returns on our investment. So what would you have done if you had seen this move down this point? Of course, you would have bought at this particular point. You would have bought at this point. You enter for a buy here and make the profit all the way. So this is how demand zones work, and it is very, 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 very reliable. Of course, if we still want to check, you will find that both in this pair and in other pairs, demand zones keep on repeating itself over and over and over and over and over again. Of course, this is another one. We had a drop, we had a base, we had a rally. So this is a demand zone here. This is a demand zone D. Yes. So this demand zone was created. What do? We wait for price to come all the way down. Once again, price came down, okay, to this point, and then price again retraced back. So this is the zone entirely. This whole area is a zone. Remember that we approach the market not just as a point but as a zone. So this whole zone is where the market retraced from. This whole zone here, you can see it also. The market retested it the second time at this point, yes, and then after that price went all the way up. So this is how demand and supply works. So these things keep repeating itself over and over and over and over. And so that is exactly how demand zones work. It works all the time, all of the times. Be patient, look for it in different pairs, Forex, indices, stock, crypto, what have you. It works all the time. So you look out for these zones and then be patient for the market to come back to the zone, and then you enter for a buy.